Hi everyone. Our presentation topic is COVID-19 in the world of sports. Me, Jasmine, and Ichi will talk about details about the influence of COVID-19 to sports games and sports media. Our presentation will be covering the case Rudy Gobert and COVID-19 social media coverage and the pandemic. Here is table of content. Social media has become a tool for distributing content and connecting fans to the topics that are going on in the sports world. Athletes utilize social media in order to build relationships with the public, connecting with fans, self-promotion, and media coverage of news.
Hi, so I'm going to be talking about Rudy Gobert and COVID-19. So, Rudy Gobert is an NBA basketball player who plays for the team Utah Jazz. On a press conference held on March 11th, the player teased and joked about having the virus. He continued to make fun of it by touching the objects around him. He was actually tested positive for the virus and was unable to play due to the fear of contamination. Evidently, it also led to the NBA being canceled in order to prevent the spread of the virus. So here is the video of Rudy Gobert, and as you can see, he's doing the press conference, and by the end of it, he is just touching everything, just making it look like it's no big deal, when in fact he doesn't know that he's actually tested positive for the virus.
Michael, we don't know what they're talking about.
No, not at all, but it's nice to see the energy back in the building here. Thunder have been on the road for the last week here, folks. And I thought the hardest part of that road trip, now this is my opinion, was the Detroit game. Second night of the back-to-back, the Clippers, you didn't play a good game against the Clippers, and all of a sudden you got to hit the road and start an East Coast swing in Detroit on the second night of a back-to-back. And we're not really sure here, folks. We're going to get some information for you as soon as we can find out. But clearly, game right now is a little bit of a delay.
So both head coaches have gone back, and you see the teams heading back to the locker room. The officials now going over to the school. And so
And fans, due to unforeseen circumstances, the game tonight has been postponed. You are all safe. And take your time in leaving the arena tonight and do so in an orderly fashion. Thank you for coming out tonight. We are all safe. And you can visit OKCThunder.com for updates on upcoming.
on this game, and the official announcement just came that this game has been postponed. So any further information will have to come later on. That is all the information that we have right now that has been disseminated from the league to us here inside the arena. And so the Jazz and Thunder will not play the game here.
So, after finding out that he is actually, in fact, positive for the coronavirus, the media did not take this lightly. They accused him of being insensitive to the ones across the world who are suffering from the pandemic. Gilbert took to his social media platform to apologize for his actions and share his experience in being diagnosed with the virus. So, as you can see, Rudy took to Instagram to make a post about his apology. He states that what he did was very insensitive and he's embarrassed for the actions that he took and the fact that he put a lot of people in danger. He actually went on to donate $500,000 to the arena workers who are suffering from the NBA being canceled. He says that this is no joke and that he will not joke about doing something like this again and that people should not be taking this virus lightly.
So what happened next for this season? Since being diagnosed with COVID-19, Rudy Gobert has since apologized for his actions and donated 500,000 employees who have lost their jobs. due to the cancellation of NBA. He wishes for people to be better informed to the seriousness of the virus and forgive his insensitive actions.
The pandemic, coronavirus, the disease has infected more than 390,000 people worldwide. Governments are scrambling to stop the spread of virus, advising against public gathering. In several countries, people have been cautioned not to shake hands to minimize risk of contamination. In Italy, the most serious country in Europe, has cancelled all sporting events until at least April 3rd, and the government has put the country in lockdown as it battles to the virus. In America, Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer, and the National Basketball Association and the National Hockey League have temporarily restricted locker room access to the players and essential staff. Most sporting events are affected by pandemic. For example, the first one, basketball, the NBA has been suspended. On March 11th, that is was suspending the season until further notice after a Utah Jazz player tested positive for the virus. The second one, Olympic Games. The International Olympic Committees and Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe have concluded the Tokyo 2020 Olympics must be postponed and would be rescheduled for the summer of 2021 at the latest. The third one, NHL, the National Hockey League, primarily based in the US but with teams from Canada, announced on Wednesday it is suspending its season for at least 2 weeks. However, the coronavirus influenced sport economy. Most sports have stopped play because of coronavirus. Handballer, ice hockey player, and football player have entered into an indefinite break. What does this mean to the economy? Most obviously, tickets are not the largest source of income for the league. According to the economist Ronnie Ford, they made up somewhere between 20 and 25% of league revenue in 2018 to 2019, but that still worked out to nearly 2 billion over a full schedule, meaning a 21% reduction in games could cost between 350 million and 450 million before the playoffs are even factored in. ESPN Bobby Marks also point out that if games are cancelled in a force majeure situation, according to the CBA, players lose about 1.08% of their salary for every game missed in the event of epidemic. Traditionally, the private broadcasters are very cautious about their business figure. They never give out more than what they are legally obliged to. You have to wait for the next balance sheet to see how expensive the coronavirus has been to this industry.
So, here are some questions that we have for the class. So, how has the pandemic of COVID-19 affected you? Does Rudy Gobert's actions bring negative influence to social media? For example, imitation effect? If the virus keeps spreading, it must reduce athlete wages, also the economy around the industry chain. What would government do to support them? What would be done for others affected by the cancellation of sports events? Example, the arena workers.